Welcome to the Spit Bucket. How tough are you?
Thanks for joining us.
See, the thing with the robots, though, is you can make them as thick as you want.
Yeah.
That's true.
The Incredibles is like, tell me someone who's thicker, and then they showed that picture of robots.
That's not even a fair comparison. It's too thick.
All right. Welcome to another episode of The Spit Bucket. Yo me llamo Omar y voy a ser tu, how do you say guide?
Guía.
Guido.
Soy tu guía.
Isn't that gear?
Sexo.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that knows Spanish out of all you brown ass fucks.
All right. Well,
You hear that racism?
some of these brown ass fucks sitting around the table is from coming all the way
Hey.
from a poultry farm
All the
in
way.
Yorkshire.
That's me.
It is Thick and Run.
Hey, what up?
How's it going, Ivan?
Terrible.
Birds of a feather flock together.
No, that doesn't work. Thick together.
And hide
You
your
gotta stick
taters.
together, guys. Well, I saw a post the other day. It was like, yeah, I'm thick and tired of all you. Like, oh shit!
Sorry.
All right.
Oh,
That's just someone overdriving with the laugh.
Yeah.
I'll
And
literally
that person
talk from
was
over here. Is
She
this
said,
okay?
"I'm sorry that I'm so happy."
that person is Jam Ginto.
Hide your taters. I mean, mashed potatoes right now.
She's eating mashed potatoes.
She sounds a little simple when she eats mashed potatoes.
She gets mush mouthy, but that's okay.
We forgive her here. We're accepting.
It's just a softer mouth for you to fuck.
Oh my god!
Alex, do you want to leave?
I do. I regret coming
Yeah.
back.
There she goes again.
I'm so far away from the mic.
It might be Ivan too. I don't know whose mic's doing
Hey.
that.
It might be.
It's one of our
it might be
two.
mine. Let me see. Let me check.
It's gonna be one of these two because these are sensitive.
I think it's one of you two. So just
Yeah.
be careful.
So stop laughing, and I'm gonna
Stop
keep
having
laughing.
a good time.
And you go ahead and die.
Leave? No. Okay.
But as you guys
I'd rather
heard,
die.
the killer clown himself is back.
Damn.
It is Alex Torres.
Damn.
Alex, so where have you been? It has been months
And
since you've been here.
Yeah, it has been months.
He said, "Let me
I think
count how many
it's
months."
been like a month and a half
Oh,
since
yeah.
the
Yeah,
last time that you were
2
here.
months. 2 months is plural.
Two skunks. Yeah.
I forgot. I couldn't count the days.
He was double checking his Australia theory,
Yeah.
making sure it's real.
What was going on? Yeah, because you went back to Australia. So what was going on in Australia?
So I went to Australia, Florida.
Australia, Florida.
Because I was on a getaway with Samantha.
How's she been doing?
She's crazy. All right, listen.
Are you guys still together?
No, we're not. She's dead.
Did you kill her?
I didn't kill her.
He said, first of all, you can't kill what's never been alive.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Every day,
The Australian Everglades, my favorite.
every day, she just wanted to have sex. And no
Damn.
matter how many times I told her no, she didn't.
She
let
wouldn't
me
listen to
leave.
you?
She wouldn't let me leave.
No,
What?
no. Even to robots.
What happened to her consent setting?
It broke.
He broke it off thinking he could take advantage of it, but instead...
They
Took advantage of me.
they added that feature for your own protection, and you decided to take that off.
He's so impressed.
I had to test drive it.
He said, "I'm doing this for the better good of the people." Damn.
But how did she die, or how'd you get away from her?
Vaccines.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he said,
Wait.
I took vaccines. And
She
that's
took
it.
vaccines. And that's what probably caused everything. She got autism.
The
Because
Samantha the sex robot got autism.
Got autism.
Because, obviously, vaccines cause autism.
Uh huh.
And then the Flat Earth Society came, swept me away.
Wow.
Damn, I got a
story.
toot.
Do it.
Go ahead and gwomp. Show the people what a gwomp sounds like.
Somebody going,
I didn't expect it to be that loud. Sorry.
that was like somebody just sneaking a word in.
Now you guys know what the gwomps actually sound
Yeah.
like.
Damn. Dude.
That wasn't a gwomp though.
No.
That was a. brr.
Yeah.
All right, but
That being said, I want to leave now.
Wow, that's the first time I ever farted in front of you guys.
what was that?
That was Mabel. She was chewing on her bone, and Alex touched her back.
She growled. All right, welcome back to another week of the Spit Bucket. What we always do on the Spit Bucket is bring up some funny news stories from around the world. But before we do that, I wanted to have an update. So, Alex, you missed last week. Ivan, can you explain to Alex the lady who met? She was also in Australia. You might have seen her.
Okay.
Can you explain that story to him while I get this settled?
Alright.
You gotta explain it because I don't listen to this stupid show.
Alright, so basically,
Yeah, only stupid people listen to this show.
30-year-old woman called.
Fucking turn it off.
Her name is Amethyst Realm, right? Which is already bad.
You
enough.
remember her name, too.
Amethyst Realm is her name. She claims to have had sex with ghosts multiple times, right?
Okay.
Then she claimed that she did while she was on a hiking trip. Where was she? Do you
She was
where
in
went?
Australia.
Australia? Went on a hiking trip, and she had, like, met a ghost, right? And fell in love with it. And she's like, he followed me onto the plane,
Okay.
and she said, I had some kind of crazy urges, so of course me and the ghost had to take care of it in the bathroom.
She said she went to the
She said,
loo.
She said, safe to say, I'm now a part of the Mile High Club. I'm like, no, that doesn't count when it's yourself.
Gosh.
It doesn't count when it's just you. But anyways, so now she's saying she wants to get married to the ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, that's their plan. So
And she wants to have a kid with the ghost.
she does want to have a kid with the ghost. And that brings up a lot of questions about
Like, is she
if
vaccinated?
it's a ghost and he's from Australia, does he need to apply for a fiance visa? Or is she like
Maybe.
immigrant? Yeah, marriage.
because the thing is like she legitimately believes that she met this ghost and that they're going to get married. And if her in her mind believes that the ghost is real,
It's not
wouldn't
sure
she
the ghost.
mention it to like security like, "Hey, my fiance's here, but he's like a ghost. Like,
But, like,
is it
he's-
cool if he goes by?"
He's not here, but like he is here.
But it left us with a lot of questions. This was the very first time we ever heard about someone who is sexually attracted to ghosts.
Yeah.
Her body count was 20 for ghosts.
For ghosts, not humans. It's 0 for humans.
I don't know.
I don't know. Probably.
It might be. How does she look, Ivan? This was your story,
How
right?
old is she?
She was a fairly
You said she looked normal, right?
yeah. She was a
Nothing
nice looking girl.
Big ass head.
No, yeah, like, she was very normal.
Yeah, disformed head.
Very nice. She's a nice looking lady. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing talking to ghosts? Talk to humans. They're pretty
So,
cool.
what did we figure out it was called? It was called spectrophilia. When you're sexually
something like
attracted
that,
to
yeah.
ghosts.
Okay, so it's not a new problem.
No.
Going through.
So I actually found someone who
Oh no.
yeah, she answers
Oh,
a lot
no.
of the questions that we had. So this is a woman who is married to a 300-year-old ghost.
Oh my god.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Obviously, certain positions work better for spiritual sex than others.
no.
It's easier to feel energy, for example, in a missionary position than it would be if you were on top. It would be more difficult.
That's true. Power bottom
So-
always works.
So this is a woman. You can tell she's what, like Irish.
Retarded.
yeah, you mean retarded.
Wait, do you think retarded people can come back as ghosts?
I think that
Like, has anyone been like, I had a ghost, but like it had fucking Down
But, like,
syndrome?
he couldn't remember
you know,
what house
I bet
I was in.
I bet they're all vaccinated.
Yeah, probably.
I bet.
Yeah.
Dude, what if vaccinations, like they're like, oh, cures malaria,
Polio.
but because you know how there's
bullshit.
there's never ghosts that are like from 90s or like 2000s. I was telling them that we've never seen a hip hop ghost,
That's true.
and it's always like Victorian ghosts.
Hey,
and
what
that's
up? You know, it's crazy.
no,
though.
I'm saying
No.
straight up though.
Straight up though.
So we're like, there's never any modern ghost. What if in 1800s there were no vaccinations?
They're
What if-
trapping the souls.
What if that's what's going on?
They're trapping our
They're
souls.
They're doing us a favor still, though. They're preventing from new ghosts.
or preventing us from reaching everlasting
That's
happiness.
true. It could be both.
I'd love to be a ghost.
Yeah.
Me too. I'd haunt the shit out of everybody I
Yeah,
love.
that's
Me
why I
too.
tell everyone to throw me into the ocean when I die, so I
So I
can
can come back and haunt you.
haunt the sea. Just like throw their boats over and be like, "Heh,
Gotcha, bitch.
got him.
All right.
I'd love that.
So this is
Let me
the
see her.
all right. This is how she looks.
Actually, I didn't see what she looked like
She
either.
looks like
This
she
is
has-
what she
She has
looks.
a big ass
Yeah,
head.
she has
I thought
a big
I
ass
had
Oh, you
a
know
big
what?
Can someone describe her?
On Halloween,
Big ass
It's like a
head.
Martian, basically.
on Halloween, they talked about the story on a radio station, and they also talked about like the Hispanic equivalent of this story. I guess.
Someone attracted to La Llorona.
No, it was a woman
I
who
saw
her and her
and I wanted
husband
to fuck.
basically just spoke to each other. Like they were the type of relationship who separate beds, and even separate rooms at some point. And she would meet him up in the kitchen the next morning. She's like, "You came into my room, and that was amazing last night." He's like, "What are you talking about? I didn't touch you. Why would I ever touch you?"
Don't
love
touch
you
you.
anymore.
And that she would see, like, at night, these, like, eyeballs coming from the trees and, like, these little silhouettes. They were fucking duendes that were fucking her. Gnomes. Elves.
Yeah. Duendes or gnomes.
Thank you for explaining what that word meant.
Yeah,
But
for,
she says
for
that
our
she,
white
like,
folk listeners.
she would make love to these
gnomes.
gnomes at night.
Yeah.
And that it was the best sex she's ever had.
Well, because she's never had it before. But, yeah, duendes are, like, a big thing in Hispanic folklore.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Eric have a story with duendes?
Yeah, you did. That's how big of a cultural impact it is. Like, duendes are a thing that people talk about.
Didn't he call, like,
Wasn't
a
that
small
Gibby?
person?
No, it was one of Eric's friends who had an experience with a duende and then scared Eric. I'm sure he'll tell us more about it.
But I think it ended up just being a small person, like a little
It could
person.
be. I remember as a kid, like one of my earliest memories, because I used to live in Mexico while my parents, were figuring out their citizenship type stuff, and they said that my favorite pastime as a child was to go to midget rodeos. They would have duende rodeos.
Oh my god!
So it was the entire cast was just little people, and they would dress up like Power Rangers and like different characters, and they would ride these little calves.
Wow!
And there's pictures of me dressed up in like full cowboy gear, looking at these
That's cute.
little people having
there's
rodeos.
Also a picture of Omar wearing only cowboy boots.
Those were yeah. I took those later that day. I saw the little people, and then
his
I'm
little-
like, let me get
and his
naked.
little bean
I have the
bags.
best sex of my life.
I went to a rodeo once in Mexico, and I had a pillow pressed to my chest because my grandma told me to take it because the seating there's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And so I went through security. Security.
It's one guy who will feel your pussy, and he's like, all right, you can go.
Quite literally, like I got past security with the thing on my chest, so I was like, scared. And then the guy, or someone in the security team realizes like, oh shit, we need to check her more, and they come over and they like smack the pillow out of my hand, and I'm like, what? I guess they were checking to make sure I didn't have a gun. But yeah. Also, they told me not if I'm gonna take chanclas to sit on them because people go under the bleachers and they smack them off your feet so that they go into the arena.
That's fucking funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Shit.
When the
Mexican people know how to prank.
I swear to God.
yeah, they do. Last time I went to Mexico, we went to a rodeo, but like
Somebody stole his shoes.
everyone was regular size at this one, so it wasn't as fun.
Yeah, so it
but,
was boring, is what you're saying.
But they had just bleachers, and kids would just run around underneath the bleachers, and you'd see them trying to tug for people's shoes. And the thing that's there was a cockfight that happened there too. But
He's not talking about chicken.
that's just me and my cousin.
Okay.
To get from one side of the bleachers to the other, you had to run through the gates of like the pathway where they let the bull run into the arena. So if you wanted to get to the other side where the other bleachers were, people would wait for the next bull to go, and then when they saw no bull was like hurtling through, they would just run across.
What the hell?
And that's how people would get to the other side.
I love that.
So safety was non-existent.
Yeah.
Safety was non-existent. So let's get back to this.
Yeah.
To this pirate.
I don't know how we got
queen.
the bull riding.
Pirate alien head.
She's a big ass head, dude.
So she's married to
My
a
name is
ghost
Amanda
pirate.
Sparrow, large T. I'm a witch. I'm a spiritual
Large
T.
T?
All right. Let's
Sparkle
get.
are good.
I heard Amanda Spiral Large T.
Okay, listen to her name.
She's Jack Sparrow's.
Be if you were on top, it would be more difficult.
I'm on top.
300-year-old pirate.
All right. So how did they meet?
Well, how we first met was I was in my room and I felt this energy around me. It was unfamiliar to me. It was not one of the energies that I was used to working with. So at that point, I said clearly.
Which means she's used to working with some energy.
'cause she said
Thermal
she's-
energy,
Yeah, she said
kinetic
It's all
she's
about
a
them good
witch.
vibes.
She said she's a witch.
Yeah, she said she's a witch,
Okay.
and I didn't catch her name. Whatever.
It's
Sparkle
Jack-
are good.
Jack Sparrow.
Amanda
Her-
Large Fries
No,
something.
she said Jack Sparrow.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's Jack Sparrow.
They don't look like
this
they can be together.
energy, this entity wants to connect with me, has something that it wants to say. So I decided that I would communicate.
Fuck.
So let's find out, what did he tell you about himself?
I wonder if they can like look him up ancestry.com.
That was my
Yeah.
first instinct, because I'm like, how does she know that he was a 300-year-old ghost?
Yeah.
So I guess let's see what he told her about himself.
I'm a pirate.
First thing he said to me is, I'm dead, you know.
I'm a pirate.
I'm a baby.
And I was, yes, I do, I get that. So I asked him obviously who he was and what his purpose was. He told me that his name was Jack Teague and that he was a pirate.
His name is Jack Teague, and he's a pirate.
He's a pirate.
But her last name is what, Alex?
Sparrow. Jack Sparrow?
And she's married, so she would have changed her name.
To Jack Sparrow.
His name is fucking Jack Sparrow, the 300-year-old pirate.
So we have then documentation.
We do. We have a whole documentary crew that was following him in his journey around.
So I'm a believer.
So, when did you decide it was time to make things serious?
We had spent quite a lot of time connecting and I got to know him quite well. I discovered myself that I had romantic feelings towards him, and obviously he felt the same way. So,
how many Pirates of the Caribbean movies are there?
5.
Five?
5, I know them all.
That's so each one's about 2 hours, right? They're long ones.
I had each one of those, but they were pirated, and we bought them off the guy from the laundromat.
I feel like they have to,
Pirates
like
of
you
the
have to
No,
pirate those.
I Blu-ray 4K.
And they were way too dark to see anything. So if you're trying to watch them in the mornings,
that's
good
just how
fucking luck.
That's just how they are.
No, it was still too dark. Trust me.
It was a guy who didn't know how to bootleg, so it was just him in his selfie mode, like
Yeah.
turned around. With
It was
the
him
screen
reacting
behind
to the
him.
movie.
He said, "Oh, that movie was a horror."
He said, "Oh man, that's the best movie I've seen here in my home in Dominican Republic."
My God.
Not to go to the laundromat in America to sell them.
Make so much money.
There's so much money out this movie.
it was shortly after Christmas in 2016 when he first put it to me that it was possible for us to have a relationship. This table here is very much contains party type stuff like
So she's at a table that it's basically him moving in. So he moved in with her, and she wanted to make him feel comfortable. So this is the table that she prepared for him.
telescope, the globe, the complete works of Shakespeare. The Tempest
That's
is
good.
actually his favourite play,
Okay.
and a set of old-fashioned playing cards. Again, that would have been one of his favourite activities, gambling, which he wasn't actually very good at. A couple of different pistols, and then of course rum. I leave out a glass of rum for
that
him
Jack
because
Sparrow right there?
that's what
She's got a poster of Jack Sparrow next to the table.
Dude, what the hell is that?
God, she's so lonely.
I think she has a problem. I think what happened with her is she fell in love with the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. This happened to me too. Because I also fell in love with Jack Sparrow and I thought he wanted to
He thought
marry
he was a
me.
ghost.
You kept the telescope and Shakespeare's plays.
And a couple pistols in my room.
Okay, but you've seen all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, right?
Yeah.
Does any of this stuff? Because these are just like stereotypical
That's
pirate stuff.
stereotypical.
Like he has no other personality other than "Arr, I'm a pirate."
Yeah.
I ain't never seen them play no cards or read a fucking book in the
Yeah.
movies.
So does any of this stuff correlate to any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? Which she's got a decal poster next to the table.
She's being pretty serious. I think that if I was a ghost and I came back or I was marrying someone, I wouldn't want that stuff.
Me neither.
Just
I'd be
give me,
like,
a laptop.
give me some oranges. I have fucking scurvy.
Yeah, exactly. And lockjaw.
Yeah, right. Give me a TV.
Yeah, give me something to surf
I'm
the
in the
web.
future.
Yeah,
I died 300 years ago. Give me something new.
right.
I didn't die for no reason.
Yeah.
he likes. Obviously, it was his favourite drink. So
Rum.
pretty much the things that he would have liked to have around him when he was alive.
All right. So, how did he pop the question to her? You may ask. I know I certainly am.
Wait, you certainly are what?
Popping a boner to.
Because
The
you
stuff.
said, how did he ask the question you asked? And then you said, because I certainly am.
That means he's also asking.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense, though. You're stupid.
I understood it.
No jam.
I suppose my
He's
friends,
not gonna
most
ask
of
you
them
for
that had
marriage right
spiritual
now.
sex, it would have been very casual and very random. It would have been with different spirits.
So she's been slutting around with spirits.
I love slorts.
Yeah.
But
She's got that spooky puss.
that's not the type of person I am. I'm also demisexual,
Mistakes.
so for me, having that strong connection and that attachment was very important before embarking on any kind of a sexual relationship.
What?
Yeah, look that up.
Can you
What
look,
is demisexual?
Alex? Can you look
That's
up
what I'm looking at.
demisexual,
I'm
please?
looking it up because I
I
was
know
so
what that
confused.
means. That means that you only date people. You're only
Named
attracted to
Demi
people-
Moore.
Yeah. You're only
Yeah,
attracted
you
to
only
people who you
Do heroin?
are
I heard Ashton Kutcher has.
basically their personalities.
No, heroin.
That's just
Wait, is
called
that really what
being
it
in
means?
love.
So it says a demisexual is a person who does not experience sexual attraction unless they form a strong emotional connection with someone. It's more commonly seen in, but may by no means confined to romantic relationships. And then it says, comma, heroin. Because demi.
That just means
Okay.
waiting to find the right fucking person. Because then I qualify as demisexual. I gotta find no one attractive but Omar. And that's only sometimes.
But why even?
But it's only when I'm nice to you.
Yeah.
Why even?
Literally, the
Omar?
picture says, I love everyone. Slut.
So, okay, so she's a demisexual. I'm going to go back a little bit now that we know what a demisexual is.
I'm also demisexual, so for me, having that strong connection and that attachment was very important before embarking on any kind of a sexual relationship. So I had talked to Jack about that, and then he was like, well, you know, we can get married.
All right.
Look, I don't think a pirate from at that time would actually be called Jack. His name would literally be like Mangus.
My name's Jackums. Jacksum's off.
My name is Jengus Tangus.
Oh god, I didn't want to. I accidentally
man.
Googled pirate sex.
Oh no!
Oh, what are you getting?
I'm getting a lot of
pirate
images
porn.
that shouldn't be allowed to be seen.
Tell me you're
Not
incognito.
safe for work.
That shouldn't
Said
be
no.
allowed.
Let's
in,
see what,
in Google.
Oh my god!
Why is this allowed on Google?
I love that.
I like that they erased the background for you so you can put it on anything you want.
Dog, that's gonna be my fucking Christmas card. What do you
Hey,
mean?
if you want a green screen, that's
Yeah, pirate sex. Fourth image.
Look that up.
Anyone who wants to.
Actually, it wasn't as difficult as I thought. There is a registrar. There has to be verbal consent on both parts. It wouldn't be acceptable for me to give consent on behalf of Jack because then it's really like me answering for him. We had to go and try and source a medium who could connect with Jack. This is my wedding ring. And his is the same. We got matching wedding rings. We had a candle representing
Is that Jack
him.
Sparrow's picture on the boat?
For the ones listening, they went on a boat, and she said that he has a ring. So she put the ring on a candle that was thin, and that was supposed to represent him. But what she was facing during her vows is a cutout of Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
Now look, now that I'm seeing her face, this bitch looks crazy. So are we surprised?
She looks like Elvira, whatever.
No, Elvira, no.
She looks like Miss Bride of Frankenstein.
No, that's a stone cold fox.
We had to go and try and source a medium who could connect with Jack. This is my wedding ring, and his is the same. We got matching wedding rings. We had a candle
that's
representing him,
literally-
and
that's
I
literally
put
Jack
the ring
Sparrow.
on the candle. So that's how we managed that one.
All right, so let's get to the good stuff. Oh, well,
Yes,
Do you care about her wedding?
Not as much as he would have liked to have been. I kind of took over. I was a bit of a bridezilla, to be honest with you. Only thing that he had specified
Right.
that he really wanted as part of the wedding was a rum-flavoured cake. Apart from that, he pretty much let me do the rest.
so
Imagine you give birth to your daughter.
Alright.
she's like,
You raise
Mommy,
her.
I'm getting married.
You see her go through college, and you see her.
Do you think this bitch went to college?
Probably not. But either way,
What's her
she's your daughter's now 40 years old, and you're like, man, she's a full ass adult.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, Mom,
I met a man.
I met a spirit.
His name is Jack
Yeah.
Sparrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna get
Honey.
married to a fucking ghost.
Like the movie character.
No, mummy. But like, what do you do if your daughter's like, I'm marrying a ghost?
My daughter is proper crazy.
That's exactly what they would
So
say.
it says that. So it's Amanda. She's a Jack Sparrow impersonator.
What?
That's what they
This
just.
this was not brought up at all during this video.
So she's
But-
a fake.
Let's get to the good stuff. The stuff that we were talking about. How does sex with a ghost work?
I love that.
I'm trying to get me some ghost puss.
I imagine that scene from Scary Movie where the bitch is being like fucked on the ceiling.
If it's not like that, I don't want it.
Alex, Alex, you gotta upload those. Put those pictures somewhere.
I'm saving a lot of stuff.
Good, please do. All right, so let's find
I
out.
am making that Facebook page.
Let's find out how ghost sex works.
All right.
When you're being intimate with a spirit, then that is taking the whole experience of spirit touching you to a step further. But yes, in that way is how you would feel spirit in an intimate way. People assume that it's masturbation. It's not. If you are in any way touching yourself, then that is not spiritual sex. It has to be the energy. You need to be able to feel the energy of the spirit doing whatever to you. If you're doing it yourself, then that's a completely different thing.
Big dick energy.
So No Nut November is no problem. Isn't there a thing that women can, or is it men? People can train themselves to like come without.
I've heard of that.
Just like contracting muscles.
I've heard
That's
that with
cool.
guys who
Is there
like
guys?
Wait, hold on.
who if they're like laying down and their wang is like in
Wait,
the air.
Is it, guys? Because I saw a video of a guy who can make women come without touching them. And like he'll literally hover his hands over them and kind of like whisper and like no, the girls will squirt.
What?
Everything.
Look, squirting isn't real.
I didn't watch the video.
Wait a second. Just kidding. What is that then? Is it just pee?
I don't know. Can anyone explain
Man.
what squirt sauce is?
Actually, they don't even really know still because it's like mostly water.
Well, then it's not pee. At
Then
least. I'm fine with it.
Worse.
It's not
What is it? 70% water
Yeah.
or 80?
70.
What's the other percentage?
So's the Earth.
That's the
Are we
scary
the
part.
Fun
Earth?
juice, huh?
Are we the Earth?
Yeah.
Damn.
On the size of the Earth.
The Earth squirted. And we came out.
Yeah,
All right.
we're the squirt.
Let's finish this stupid video.
All right. So, how does it compare to physical sex?
The actual feeling of it is exactly the same. You'll feel the weight the same as you would with a physical man. Obviously, certain positions work better for spiritual sex than others. It's easier to feel energy, for example, in the missionary position than it would be if you were on top. It would be more difficult. Although it is possible, but it is just more complicated.
Wait, what's so complicated? All right.
The actual
That's where we're ending it. She talks about like the benefits of spiritual marriage. I don't give a fuck about that stuff.
What I want to know how long he lasts. If
40
I was to ask her a
years.
question,
300
yeah,
years.
he lasts 300 years.
Because it's a ghost penis, so I mean...
And she's like, currently, I am sitting on it.
Yeah, currently, we are having sex right now.
That's funny.
So,
I feel bad for her. She's
What do you
probably
mean? She's-
very lonely.
But she's so happy.
she is pretty happy.
She's happy like that.
Unlike
She's
me.
happier than you'll ever be.
Dude, that ghost has made her come more than you will ever make a girl come. How does that make you feel?
That's true. That's true. That makes me feel terrible.
I feel okay.
I guess like,
What does that even mean, though? Missionary is easier to feel energy. Like,
I mean,
Because
isn't that how
you're
girls
just
diddle
there.
their bean anyway? It would be missionary. Do you think she just sits on her hand? I'm sure
Yeah.
that's what it is.
she waits till it falls asleep.
she sits on her hand in missionary position.
Yeah.
So what is she fingering her asshole?
No, she just waits for it to fall asleep and then uses that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I still have a lot of questions, but I think this is the only person who has talked about this
It's
subject
literally-
openly.
All it's done is bring up more questions for me.
It really does.
Confused.
Because she said if you masturbate, then you're doing it wrong.
So, yeah.
So do you think she trained herself to just contract her
That-
muscles,
yeah.
and she's like, "This, it's
Probably.
a ghost doing it,"
I can't
and also it's Jack Sparrow.
Jack
there's
Sparrow
there's a
just
lot of
wowed
people
me.
that went to her wedding.
Really?
There's like in the picture alone, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. At
That's
the
too.
wedding.
Dude, like the thing that scares me about getting married with Jam is
Specifically with me?
just
Is
getting
it
married.
because I don't have a family?
Is no.
Because it's you.
It's I feel like people wouldn't show up to the wedding.
Yeah, besides
I wouldn't.
commitment, what scares you?
I wouldn't.
So the fact that she got 9.
you're worried that no one's gonna show up to your wedding.
Yeah!
That's what you care about, not that you're.
No, I don't. We'll be
Not
fine.
that I'd walk out on you or something.
No,
Yeah.
you like my money too much. But
Oh,
she says that she's nodding.
Before this turns
He's like,
into a
she's
counseling
like, hey,
session.
it is what it is.
You know, okay, so we were at Walmart the other day.
Okay.
And tell me why this motherfucker is making fun of this man. And now this man,
Oh, no.
let me tell you, he's a humble looking man. Okay? Take that however you
Ooh,
want.
I'm making fun of someone?
Yes, you were making fun of
Was
a
I?
man. Hold
Okay.
on.
Piece of
This
shit.
man, he had a dozen roses from Walmart. Sure, it was Walmart. But this man had He's bringing his bitch flowers, and guess what? He stops by, gets a bag of Funyuns. He knows what his bitch wants.
I told Jam,
And I don't remember the last time I got flowers.
I'm just
Give
saying,
me flowers and fucking popcorn.
if somebody brought me like something like just a bag of chips and like something else for no reason other than they're like, hey, thought about you, here you guys, I'd melt.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's from Walmart.
But the thing is, I've seen so many episodes of To Catch a Predator. Flowers and Funyuns.
Yeah, actually, I was watching an episode where the guy brought Cheetos and Snapple, and
That's literally what I told Jam was, if I see him grab Snapple, I'm calling the police.
or you can follow him and use vigilante justice.
Isn't like they buy those things because To Catch a Predator? Aren't they like
Sponsored by
no, not
Snapple. Subway.
No, isn't like
I smacked
going for
the
little
mic
kids?
with my boob. I'm sorry.
Aren't they catching little kids?
What do you mean?
Like, isn't To Catch a Predator?
No,
you for
catch-
little kids.
No, that's cat. That's I catfish my children. The TLC show.
Yeah.
That's the catch little
To
kids.
catch a predator is when it's a dude or like an older guy who's trying to meet with like an underage kid.
That's what I'm saying. To catch
Yeah,
kids, basically.
No, it's,
Oh, not to catch kids doing it, but like to catch. They're trying to get kids.
Yeah.
So that makes sense for them to buy stupid shit like that because
Well,
like,
yeah, 'cause-
what is 6-year-olds like? And then
Exactly, because sometimes they'll be like, "Hey,
Snickers.
bring me some snacks." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I'll bring you Cheetos and like."
That's so weird. Just imagine that.
Sorry.
Girl named Bailey. But in a few minutes,
When they get
4-year-old
cops
John
strike.
Dupay will find out that this hookup has no happy ending. Dupay is the latest
Chris
monster
Hansen,
we've
that
caught
boy.
in our all-new investigative segment, Hansen vs. Predator. Innocuous pictures of actual underage girls who are protecting their identities. Dupay contacts not one, but two of our decoys. One
Damn,
will
he's
involve
out.
Brittany and the other Bailey, hoping to strike up a sexual
It's just
relationship.
Bailey. I remember this one.
Yeah.
Phone
Oh.
call
So-
will creep you
Man,
out.
that guy was.
Let's listen to this.
Risk a long prison sentence.
I don't
Night
care
with
if
a
that was
13-year-old.
fucking. I don't care if that was fucking Leonardo DiCaprio saying that. If he goes, "Hey, baby,"
Because the creepy thing was like,
gross.
he was, hello?
"Hey, baby."
Like, he tested the waters. He said hello, and then she said hi, and he said, hey. Like, he went into, like, creepy tones.
Like,
he said,
time to fuck
he
you.
said predator mode engaged.
Yeah. So,
Dude.
here's some of the text messages.
Text messages he sends are even more disturbing. He calls the youngster baby.
The youngster.
He likes to be called boo.
Hey, boo.
Whoa,
I'm
that's
all fresh
disgusting.
from the shower.
I wish I smell your body, baby. Baby, I think it's gonna be amazing for me and you when our
You
bodies
know
are
what?
touching and I'm inside you and we're kissing. OMG.
Online, Dupay uses fake
You know what's worse? Not the predator, but whoever was reading those text messages
They were-
was creepier
they
than the
just-
actual predator. Hey, I wish I could smell you.
Because you heard his voice, and you heard his, like...
Yeah.
But somehow the voice actor does sound creepier.
He sounds worse than the predator.
But yeah, this guy brought her. This is the one that brought her hot Cheetos and Funyuns.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then a big
Wow.
old thing of Snapple. I bet
It's
she
Snapple.
still. I bet she took it after. She's like, he's not gonna use it.
I mean, would you
I'd take it.
like because you're on because the way that they film the show is that they have the house, and during the day they're like, "Hey, a stud, meet me at 12:00," and then the guy will come at 12:00 and they'll like do their stuff and arrest him, and then she's like talks to the other guy and he's like, "Hey."
Come at 12:35.
Yeah, exactly. So
They're efficient.
they're there all day, and he brought a family size Snapple. It'd be kind
I
of
could drink that shit by myself though.
Thirsty.
yeah.
Punch your
It's good.
thirst.
It's
I
only
drink
like
that shit.
$1.89.
Just pop the cap. Oh, the Earth is circular.
Oh really?
Wow.
It's spherical.
It's flat.
It's cube.
It's a flatter.
All right.
Man.
That I guess that counts as my my story arc for this week. I had a different story, but we're already 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
If
And we've
if
talked
we
about
get to
nothing
it at
but
the end, we'll get
Predators.
to it at the end.
I can't believe we wasted that much time.
That video was only 5 minutes long, and
That
we spent
was 5
30
minutes.
minutes talking about it.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to see the actual video, I'll post it up on Twitter, so you can find me _ the Shark Boy on Twitter, and it is a Vice documentary, so check that out.
It's called a Vice-umentary. I think.
Vice is nice.
Ivan, how about you read a story instead?
Vice
Alright.
is nice ice.
Give me 5 minutes to find a story.
Do you think? Do you think
I
that?
got a story.
Do you think Republicans call vice vices?
Yeah.
Think about it.
I think I call it vices as well.
Do you want to tell your story, Jim?
Okay.
Wait, I got mine.
No, I got mine.
I don't want to listen to you talk though.
But I don't want to listen to you fucking anything.
Are you done with your mashed potatoes?
No.
Let me have some of those.
No.
Damn.
Pass this over to him.
Now you guys are gonna get some ASMR of me eating some mashed potatoes.
Okay, I got it.
All right, go for it.
El Chapo promises not to kill any jurors from upcoming federal trial, lawyer says. And that's just the title, but I'm going to tell you guys the real tea. I'm not going to read the fucking article, okay?
Fake news.
Because I heard the real tea this morning.
Yeah.
So apparently
From who?
they had
Chapo himself.
they
right?
took about like 2 months to find these jurors because a lot of them like were Hispanic.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just lick my fucking spoon? A lot of them were Hispanic, and they're like, "No, I'm not in any fucking world gonna testify against this man." You know? So
where is he caught right now? Do you know where
in New York, I think.
It's in New York.
New
They
Jersey.
can find some white people in New York.
Yeah, white people settle on anybody.
Let me fact check
Yeah.
that, but
Fact check this.
yeah, he's
So
in New
you're
York.
gonna, so you're gonna read your article.
He's in New York.
It's none of that fake
But
news.
New York.
the lawyer has like been in cahoots with El Chapo for like a while now. Like that's his boy, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so they found all these jurors, and they found backups for the jurors in case anyone wants
And
to
he said,
drop out.
Oh, we promise we won't kill you.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
But they don't really have any Hispanic people on the thing. It's like a couple Asians, a Polak, and some like Nigerian guy.
Uh-huh.
So people who are like very disconnected from what he is, people who haven't watched the TV shows or nothing.
Like
Yeah.
The TV show
And
Narcos.
Just so you know
but
about
still,
him.
like those people still kind of know more or less who he is a
I
little
mean,
bit.
he's like the biggest drug lord in the world right now.
And people are thinking like maybe we shouldn't be part of this because even if El Chapo is under like maximum security, he still
He's
has
got people everywhere.
So they're thinking like the lawyer will make hits out on people.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
They need to just kill the man.
I mean, what kind of justice is that?
He's past any point of redeeming.
I
like,
think my defense for him would be like, he sells. He didn't make the drugs.
he just sold them.
You just yeah.
You guys bought him.
Yeah.
You just
There you
sold
go.
them.
And there we go. Case closed.
They're like, oh my god, I didn't think about that.
Who's that one serial killer that died recently?
Which?
The one with the swastika on his head.
Oh, Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. He technically
yeah.
didn't kill anyone, but there he was in prison.
Yeah, that's true.
He just told people to
Manipulation.
kill people.
I mean, I think he just lost control of the people he was with. I don't think he really ever went like, "Hey, let's go kill."
Wow, Omar is an apologist for Charles Manson.
No,
I never thought
He's an apologist for a Chapo. Is what he's
No,
trying to say.
no,
Wow.
no, not that either. I think Charles
I
Manson.
don't know. I feel for the guy.
I think Charles Manson was given more credit than he deserves.
Yeah, and it got to his head.
And it definitely
Big
got to
time.
his head. He played the role up, but I think for what actually happened, I think people think he's more evil. I mean, he's a bad guy. I'm not defending him in any way, but I think people are
Basically,
more
you
afraid
think
of him
he's just
than
like
they
kind
should
of
be.
a simple guy, but
Yeah.
stuff made him look worse than he is, and he just took.
And he
it
completely played the role correctly. But I don't think he's like the embodiment of evil that people were talking about, like shivering being in the same room as him. And I think people were just more afraid of him than they should have
I
been.
think he's
They're
just
afraid of
crazy,
the
not
idea
evil.
of him.
Yeah, exactly. So,
He's a little
Oh, another
simple
thing
man.
I
but
left
Chapo,
out.
I'd be afraid of.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We shouldn't be recording this podcast.
Actually, especially me. You need to go back to every episode, blur out my name. Like, honestly.
like blur out.
But anyways,
where we live.
But they were like talking about how anyone, because they wanted people who spoke Spanish, just in case, like, you know how terminology and lingo gets translated
Lost-
differently?
lost it, yeah.
So they wanted to like have it like straight from like the source, quote unquote. But people were like, no, I'm scared. And other people didn't want to do it because they respected him too much. And they didn't want him to fall from grace, I guess.
Wow.
So it was like opposite ends of the spectrum as to why people didn't want to do it, of fear or
Yeah.
just pure respect.
I'd like
Which is a strange...
You're in
Loyalty and
you're.
respect.
I think you're in a lose-lose situation because jurors. I think more people would do it if the jury was sitting like behind glass and no one ever knew who they were.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But because they have to sit in the courtroom and look at him specifically,
well, maybe you have like a glass box in there.
but the thing is,
No,
like,
because they talked about how like he's seeing you, you're seeing him. There's no way that he's like not gonna forget your face.
and because
So-
this is like
But I mean, like, yeah, cover their faces or something, like behind the one-way window mirror thing.
I mean, it's possible.
I don't know if they have that in
Yeah.
courthouses though.
I don't
I'm
think.
sure they can easily make that.
If they were going to do that for any case, this should be the case.
I feel like
because that's like I would be way too like I am not pulling shit.
Imagine
Like,
being the judge that has to sentence
Fuck.
him.
yeah, that's true too.
He'd be number one on the list.
Yeah, but the thing too is like
Or who's going against them?
the state,
The
So
country.
whoever's also
the prosecutor.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
a federal
It's
case,
even worse.
so the whole country's going against
But like
him.
the other thing too with the Chapo specifically is like he's so well known as the drug lord. Why is there a trial? We know he did it.
Right. Well, I mean,
He has the right to fair trial. This is America,
true,
baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. Sure.
That, yeah, no,
That'd be
that,
interesting to see
it'll
what
be interesting.
happens.
We should keep
I don't even know how did he end up in America to begin with.
to
Well,
begin.
he got married. What the fuck? He got arrested in Mexico.
He got married to Mexico.
But since he's so closely related to drug problems here in terms of like trading here, like, and
Oh, they
exporting
brought him
it,
here, right?
he's like
The U.S. was like
He got like expedited.
they said, I'm going to charge that motherfucker. So
Well-
they
because he did escape a couple times in
Yeah.
Mexico.
and then they're like, all right, guys, we'll bring him to a real jail. So they extradited him to New York.
Didn't he escape to? Wasn't he in Chicago? Didn't he escape from a Chicago prison?
No, he was in Mexico.
Did he?
Right?
Or was he arrested in Chicago?
I don't know.
But
I
the
don't
prison
he
he
has something
escaped
to do
from
with
was in
Chicago.
Mexico, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He built
obviously.
fucking tunnels.
The,
Yeah, I was
people
saying, like,
built tunnels
that was
and let him
probably
out.
even-
But
before
honestly,
him.
he had help from like the guards there
Yeah,
too.
that was completely like he has people on every
Scooby-Doo
side of.
bullshit.
But when
every-
he escaped, the president at the time fucking flew to Spain because he was so terrified for his life.
The president. Could you imagine?
The president
like,
of
let's
Mexico.
say O.J. Simpson escapes prison and Donald Trump is like, I gotta go to Italy.
Oh, man.
He's gonna come find me.
I gotta go.
I think it was Peña Nieto, maybe.
Oh, I heard he was very unliked. I don't know much.
Yeah,
about
he was
Mexican
very
politics.
unliked, and he was just because he was very like sucking the dick of the cartels, but also like scared of them somehow. So
Sucking
it's
the dick
just
'cause he's
money.
scared.
It's just money.
It was that spooky dick for him.
But yeah, he did like a press conference in like Spain, saying how like we don't know how this happened.
Uh-huh.
We believe that these are like it was an inside job.
Oh, of course it was.
All this other
No
shit.
way
You
can
can't
get out of
dig.
a
Yeah, you
maximum.
can't dig a tunnel.
It was a maximum
Meanwhile, this man
security
was like
prison.
in a fucking
Have
palace.
you tried it?
Right.
You can do it.
He has a gun
Yeah.
in his hands. We have no idea this happened. We're gonna get him. We're not afraid. He's looking around. We're not.
Someone trips and he starts running.
Hey, wait. Man, that's crazy.
Damn. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't think that I really don't think that they're gonna be able to do a trial with him.
Remember
I
when
don't
my
think
uncle
it'll
got
work.
kidnapped?
What?
My uncle got kidnapped.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that. Yeah. He also had a bucket of guns.
He has a bucket of
Oh,
guns.
that
He
one.
also has an alligator.
That's pretty cool.
Is
though.
it alligator?
Like I know that's.
Does he
like,
still
not
currently
cool,
have that
but
alligator?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything to tell me
bucket of
otherwise.
guns. Okay, so how did they? I know they killed Pablo Escobar, but like, how did they stop his reign in general? Like,
Well, the thing is, like,
I watched Narcos and I forgot.
I was watching a
That's a
documentary.
good-ass show, though,
There's a dark tourist type tour that you can take with the hitman of Escobar. So he would pay this guy to kill people for him, and then he went to jail and then became like a Christian, and now takes people to like, hey, this is where his house was. This is where I killed like 40 people, and he like would recreate scenes.
He's out of jail.
He's out of jail.
How?
In Colombia, and he gives these tours.
Short trial.
He said, "I promise, I'll give tours and everything."
Yeah, I'll
All right.
bring Renterview.
Is Colombia one of those countries where the maximum sentence you can do is like 10 years?
It might be that, but he's definitely out, and that's what he does. So now,
Good for him.
so that's what.
He's a hitman.
He was a
nice.
hitman. He
Hustle.
killed multiple people, and he was saying how he made him like prove his loyalty to him
Oh no!
he's like, kill your girlfriend. He's like, all right,
What the hell?
and he killed her, and he's like, and this is where I did it. So people will go on tours with him, and
Man.
Those people are always
Absolute mad lad.
They know how to talk, so he's like really likable, and you're like, and you did all this? He's like, yeah. But the thing is, like,
you want to go get some lunch?
the thing is, when
killed the guy there, too.
You want to go out?
with like Escobar and I'm sure El Chapo, is that they know how to get good with the town. So then the town's like, yeah, he's fine with us.
No,
because
yeah,
they're like, he paid for this building that was a school. He like cleaned up our streets, and like he would give people money.
Still think that Pablo Escobar was a good guy.
Yeah, and that's why,
because people who live here that think he's a good guy. Like,
I don't know. He never did anything to me.
But that's the whole mindset. That whole mindset is like, yeah,
I like his name.
Here's the thing: he would get
it rolls off the tongue pretty nicely.
He's
Pablo
basically
Escobar.
He was like Hitler in a sense, right? He would be nice to people who followed him, right? The second you oppose him, dead.
Completely. Yeah.
So of course,
the only thing I really know about this man is that he spent like I don't know how many thousands of dollars a month on rubber bands just to stack his money.
Right.
Yep.
So
that's all I know about him, really.
Who has more money?
I think Chapo does.
You think so?
His empire's bigger.
So
you're gonna tell me that this guy was a bad guy?
Yep.
He looks like
he's got a Hawaiian shirt and a nice mustache.
Look at him.
That's the thing. He's smiling because he knows he's gonna get out, and he got out.
He's like, yeah, this is just a pit stop.
That's why he was literally mocking the police that arrested him.
Because yeah.
And Chapo, when he got
I'm getting out.
When he got arrested after he escaped, there was a shirt he was wearing. It was a designer shirt, and I cannot tell you how many times. Because my aunt, what she does is she buys clothes and she sends it back to Mexico, and they resell it there. Mm-hmm. She had so many requests, people looking for that shirt, and like even online I forgot what the designer was, but online they ran out of that shirt. People were selling it on eBay for like thousands of dollars.
And just because it's the same style of shirt that he was wearing.
No, it was the exact same shirt he was wearing, but he was like handcuffed walking out of an airplane on like the tarmac. So that's the shirt that he was like arrested in, and that's the shirt people were losing their minds for.
Wow.
So he's like an icon.
It's like a folk hero for people.
Yeah, because so all the drug money he'd make, he'd like do stuff for towns to get their loyalty. So anytime he would build loyalty in the neighborhood,
right,
and then start running operations out of there. So if he got caught or if that place got busted, nobody would want to talk because they knew it was his, and they also saw him as a good guy.
Yeah,
because he would give them money, literally just hand out money to people.
Yeah. So this will definitely be like a big. We're getting serious now with the spit bucket, but it'll definitely be an interesting case because there's never been such a high profile drug lord case
in a long time.
So
I don't think
so. It'll be interesting.
Since Pablo Escobar, right?
He's been the biggest one since then.
So because someone's gonna take over his empire. It's not like this is gonna make everything go away. Someone's gonna take over.
All we have in America are these pussyfoot little weed dealers.
Well,
and they can't stop getting caught.
We fund most of those cartels in Mexico. As in, we buy most of their drugs.
I mean, I don't buy nothing.
Like, well, yeah, Americans. I mean, so it's honestly, it's pretty much our fault that he is so popular.
Yeah, literally make weed legal, and that'll take care of your cartel.
He sells like cocaine and heroin. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like,
make everything legal.
Either way, though, America's.
Can you imagine how intense people would be if cocaine was legal?
Sorry, that was me.
That scared me.
Something's breaking.
All right, we got time for another. We can do 2 more stories. Let's get on this.
All right, who wants to go next?
I think it's either me or you.
All right, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I can go.
All right, let's get Alex's story in here. He has to get a story in since he hasn't been here.
Yeah.
So the one that I got. The one that I have is. Funeral meal leaves at least 9 dead, dozen sick in Peru.
Damn, that's a good ass meal,
Fucking
dude.
Kevin.
They ate alpaca balls.
They ate the body, I'm sure.
They ate a pack of balls?
Yeah.
That's hot.
So what I just think is funny is just that they're at a funeral and then they die from eating the food there.
Damn,
so I think that's just really the funny thing.
It was a funeral for
ironic. Do you think they're just like, keep the hole open?
It says that it was, we're just stacking them in.
That's fucking crazy, though.
Yeah, it says that they all ate contaminated food at the funeral. Wow. Yeah, and it says a total of 50 people were affected, and 20 of those became hospitalized with stomach pains, vomiting after a wake the previous day. in South
What if
Central
they turned into
Peru.
zombies?
Into yombies?
Zombies. Dude,
my God.
what the hell?
It's interesting how here in America,
America?
the graves are 6 feet deep. That's like the standard.
Uh huh.
But in Mexico, I walked across an open grave, and it was only like 3 feet deep.
That's not good.
But that's because
not accurate.
they like cement it so that the
So
body
it's like a
can't
tomb.
come up.
It's not even like
Oh,
a
so
grave,
Body
Yeah.
can't
right?
come up.
But I think they still put like a casket in there too.
They should. That's how it
Like they
should
don't
be
just
done.
toss the body into this like cement box. They put a casket, and then they like it's like this a sewer lid, but of like cement. They just like push it over, and then it like falls into place to never be moved again.
I feel like that break you put. Can you imagine you let the lid fall a little bit? It just cracks. You're like, well,
We can't stop
hi,
it now.
Grandma.
You know what's weird? How come we always see it as a sign of respect to bury the dead of like someone? I'm not saying it's like we shouldn't do it, but I've always been interested in like somebody's like, hey, we bury our dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's I forgot where it is, but there's a place where they decorate they're like dress their dead, and then they'll put them in like your room. So they'll create a shrine for them,
Ew.
and then they'll just hang out. Like literally, Grandpa will be in the back, like dressed up.
There's one
fucking
culture
weird.
who every year on like one day,
It's the same one.
they
so they
like
keep,
take them out of their graves,
they keep
dress them, and then they just put them back though.
When they first die, they keep them up as like a display for a
That's
bit,
fucking weird.
and they'll have breakfast with them and stuff. And then after a few months or something, or like a weeks or something, they'll bury them. But they'll take them back out and they'll dress them, take pictures, they'll clean their bones, and yeah, that's how they do it.
There's this other culture
insanely
too,
creepy.
where they have like these big old rocks, and they basically just like throw the body on these rocks and let the vultures just peck at them, and that's their ultimate sign of respect. And then
makes
you just
sense,
see
'cause
like
you give 'em back
vultures
to the
like
earth.
flying away with like an eyeball.
That's gross.
That's
but
gross.
Also, like it makes sense. Like basically, what I'm saying is that if I died, right, and I'm a ghost, and I'm seeing,
Just want to get tossed in the dumpster.
You're gonna find yourself a woman to hump.
Yeah, pretty much. First, I'm like, I can go get some ghost puss. But anyway, like, I wouldn't care what anybody does with my body. I'm dead. Like,
Yeah, that's true. But all right,
there's nothing.
The reasons they say on here is for respect of the physical body. Culture says that the afterlife. So a lot of like religion believe that that's a ritual step. So saying, and then the last one says that because the body releases unpleasant gases related
That
to
too.
decomposition.
Obviously, you don't want it to smell.
Yeah. So
But
that
in
would
general,
smell
let's
really
I
say
hope
they
my
died
last
somewhere.
gas that releases from my body is a guamp.
allowed.
I don't think it could be anything else. I don't think you
Isn't
have the
it gross, though,
capability of
when
not
you
doing
die,
that.
you release literally everything in your body. So you just
Damn!
everyone
Imagine
shits themselves.
Imagine I die having not pooped for the past 3 days.
Well,
'Cause
you're
that
always
happens to me.
you're always
dude,
constipated.
that shit's gonna just leave your body.
It's gonna
The
leak.
ultimate release. Wow! I can't wait, guys.
You're just gonna fly away like a piece of paper.
So you,
I'm gonna deflate.
Damn, dude, that's awesome.
I'm gonna end up, like those weed commercials they used to have back in the day. Of just like that's just gonna be me. They're just gonna roll me up and just like toss me over their shoulders.
But so you release everything in your system, like you'll pee and shit yourself. But will you release all your semen too, or does that just stay trapped inside your little nuts?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly.
Alex, do you know?
All I know is
No, I
that,
think it's just literally pee and poop.
yeah, like my nuts
Don't
just
some
shrivel real quick when
don't some like
raisins?
that's about as good as I
dead
can tell you.
boys get like their last and final boner,
Yeah.
and so the mortician literally
Die
has
hard.
to break it.
What?
So someone died. So my mom, when she was a nurse in Puerto Rico, someone
no
died
idea.
with their hand kind of stuck up. And so in the back then when they used to do nursing classes, it was very like barbaric where if like let's do the heart, so they'll find dead bodies and they'll cut them open and they'll pass the heart around. Very unsanitary and everything. But she said that on 2 occasions there was someone who something landed on his neck, crushed his veins, and he literally froze and died, like with his hand out.
Wow.
And then
But it's called rigor mortis. That's what it is, right?
yeah.
No, but
And
I'm
then-
sure his hand was in that.
Ricky
one.
Mortis.
It was like, and then so she
Oh,
said that,
that's gonna be your next intro, Ivan. Thick mortis.
Oh, okay.
and so she said that 3 people had to come into the room, and 3 people at once had to try to bring his hand down, and it took them, she said, like maybe 20 minutes until it eventually snapped.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So
just
imagine, because that's his muscles that are flexed as hard as they can permanently, though.
Do you think if you put on...
He's
might be a
strong
stupid
boy.
question.
Strong boy.
If you just put them in like a tub of hot water, will their muscles relax
relax?
enough?
I wonder.
I don't know.
Give him some tea.
Yeah.
Tell him to chill.
I saw this thing on like CSI Miami where the guy had like rigor mortis and his hand was like holding something.
Like Kung Fu
And they
Grip, like action
literally
figures?
cut his hand off and put it like in a microwave to warm up, and then it just
Okay.
released.
So then that
So I
puts
get-
some
it might work.
Well, I mean, we don't know how accurate.
again-
Yeah, we don't know how
Then
accurate
again-
CSI Miami is.
Well, then again,
but
CSI Miami, they get pictures of people's faces off reflections of people's sunglasses in a video.
they say enhance.
And hand.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, yeah.
Wait, what's that? Can
Microwave.
you zoom in?
That's it.
Yeah, I'll zoom in. Enhance. And then it
Enhance that
clears
image.
up. It's not pixelated
See if we
anymore.
can enhance that image. Okay, buddy. that's
They'll
how
like
that
take the
works.
hand. Microwave.
You can microwave the hand. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I wouldn't care what people do with my body when I die.
Alright, so you're a ghost, and now you have
But ideally, what would you like?
axe.
Cremated,
Me too.
and then just spread me somewhere cool, if anything.
I didn't want to be cremated until Omar was cremated.
What?
So do you have to?
I want to be mixed in with you, baby.
Oh,
We can get mixed later.
No.
You have
Now.
You want us to burn at the same time?
So if she dies and she gets burned into ashes, you have to carry those ashes until you eventually die.
And then they're gonna pour your ashes in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like Paul Bearer.
Yeah,
From
pretty much.
yeah, I'm gonna control the kids like
He's gonna
the
look the
Undertaker.
same too. He's gonna get real fat and have a little ponytail.
I'll spread. If for whatever reason you die before me,
Not Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah, Paul Bear. Oh my god. I was thinking of Paul Heyman. It's Paul. Oh wait, what's his name?
Paul Bearer,
Paul
not Paul
Bear.
Heyman.
Yeah, but also I forgot he had short hair. No, I thought they both had long hair.
Oh my
Paul
god.
Heyman.
Paul
That's funny.
Heyman. Remember Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Yeah, what an ugly guy. Anyways,
All right, now you have. So you died, Ivan. You're gonna go on Ghost Tinder. You have access to all of the ghost puss. Which one are you going after?
damn.
You could even have access to Marilyn Monroe.
That was gonna be my first answer.
I feel like that's everyone's answer. Like you can fuck any dead person, and everyone's like Marilyn Monroe.
All right, let me think.
Let me look up people who are dead.
He's gonna type
I feel
in-
like I
Hot
really
dead bitches.
75 billion results of Kush on
What I
a-
think- dead
what I
people.
think I need to do whenever I come here, I need to put my thing on like safe lock.
Incognito.
Yeah,
You
incognito.
should.
Because I literally have pirate sex, and that's already bad
Show me
enough.
dead people.
Yeah. Should I write
don't know.
hot dead people?
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Let's see what we
about?
got. 25 hot historical figures you never realized were smoking hot.
All right.
All right, well that's a guy.
All right,
so no.
BuzzFeed.
That's another guy.
weird-
So
Is that a
no.
That's a
BuzzFeed
weird
list?
BuzzFeed
Is it actually a BuzzFeed list?
Is it Alex?
Let me see. I'm getting ads.
Dude, you're gonna get viruses.
No, it's called Weird History.
Oh, cool.
Apple
But
computers
they're all
can't get
men.
viruses.
They're all men. Mike, Young Hunter, S. Thompson.
I heard Abraham Lincoln was a babe.
No.
Babraham Lincoln.
Oh, here we go. The young First Lady Barbara Bush.
What?
I feel like this is not a good list. This
Yeah.
is a really
if
uncomfortable list.
Barbara Bush is on your hot person list, what kind of bullshit?
Number 10 is Nikola Tesla.
Oh my god.
This is a really bad
Yeah,
list.
that boy looked like a fucking
Harry
serial killer.
Houdini is on here for number 11.
Literally everyone's dead, so just pick someone.
Well, this has 10,888 votes for Harry Houdini as
Wow.
number
God.
11. Like I'm gonna upvote
He was
it, obviously.
ugly.
Look at him.
Yeah.
He's nice.
Yeah. No, he's fucking
He looks
ugly.
nice. He's all right. All right, so I can't.
It's a
tell.
hard ass question.
I don't know because I don't know a lot of dead people.
Literally everyone's dead.
But I don't.
Mo-
Wait,
most-
everyone's dead.
Most people who have existed are dead.
Whoa.
So you can pick anyone. Ivan, you can pick like Cleopatra.
Yeah, that's
All
one.
right.
Here.
I heard, yeah, I heard.
You could pick the.
I heard she's smoking.
the female. Well, she was also very inbred. But you can pick Selena. You can pick
Joanne of
Absolutely
Arc.
not. That bitch is in
Jenny
a fucking
Rivera?
palace right now.
Joanne of Arc. If you want to get
I
religious.
forgot that she was the first one. Damn.
Hitler.
Never mind. You guys have come up with better answers already than mine.
All right.
Wow.
I can't.
Isn't it crazy that you could eat food without consequences in heaven?
Do you think those kids would have died if they were at a funeral in heaven?
Well, you know, at the end of the story, it actually said that.
We're wrapping back around.
At the end of the story, it said that 23 Indian school children died after eating food contaminated in the same region in 2013. So that's like
So
the second
we're-
incident that's happened
in that
So
place.
that happened in India?
Oh, let me see. It happened
The
in
funeral?
Omar's getting so hard right now. I can tell.
He said,
Peru.
Peru.
Oh, that's right. Because
Yeah,
I blamed
Peru.
Kevin earlier.
Yeah.
Fucking Kevin.
I'm
Don't
not
watch
too
this
Was
surprised.
anymore.
that? Did they say what they ate or why they died from it?
It just said contaminated
Alpaca
food.
penis.
Yeah, it just says.
Yeah, don't eat.
Could it have just been like ill-prepared meat?
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
It had to be something meat related.
Is it Peru that eats guinea pigs?
Yeah.
Where's that? Is it Peru?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, could you imagine that?
Eating llamas.
I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about like the wild guinea pigs that are running through Peru. Those bitches are big.
Really?
That they're not like the cute little
It's a
guinea
Guineasaurus
pigs
Rex.
here.
Oh, here we go. It says. Regional health director, a local radio station, the victims reported eating a meat dish and consuming a
So it
drink
was meat.
of fermented corn called chica.
Oh, yeah, chica.
Chicha.
Fermented corn?
Chicha.
Chicha. Chicha.
It's called tit.
Chia.
Wow, it's called chicharron.
Fermented corn does not sound good.
All right. Well, we've learned a few things this episode. I think this was a very educational episode.
Yeah.
We learned how to have sex with ghosts.
Yes.
We learned
How to stop the drug war.
how to say, and we learned don't eat food at a funeral
Or Peru.
or Peru in general.
When in
You
Peru.
know what? I went to a funeral once. They had sugar cookies. The loft house kind. That woman was an absolute saint.
We didn't serve food at my grandma's
Funeral at your funeral.
At my funeral.
What's
They had like, okay, but hold on. They had like her casket, and I went up to view her, and it was sad and everything. And her family was crying in the corner of like the waiting room type thing. And then I turned to my right, and my little chunky self sees this big array of snack table.
You said,
I'm talking like
This funeral is the best
table
day of
with
my life.
fucking tears. They had like yellow sugar cookies, the pink sugar cookies. They had like white sugar cookies. They had like cakes and all this other shit all along this table. The spread was amazing. I only got one cookie though in a napkin, and then my mom made me
I
leave.
felt like I thought you were going to say that you went to see the woman, and after you saw the woman, as you were moving away for the next person, it says, "Please take one," and there's just the cookies there, just ready for you to
Well,
take.
there's this thing.
I got munchkins at another funeral too.
How many funerals? You've been to 0 weddings, but
Turns
all
out
these funerals.
I've been to 2 funerals.
Jesus Christ!
I saw the body. No, I only saw one body. She was a sweet
All right.
woman. It was just really cold.
At my funeral, I want my body to look like a mummy, and I want you guys to serve Italian beef. That's it.
all
All right.
I'll
So
do it.
now it's marked on this podcast, and then after I look like a mummy, then you can creep
That's
me.
funny because I was thinking at my funeral I want like a really heavy pasta, just so people's like people are real tired.
Yeah. Afterwards, I'm too
Just
tired to
leave.
be sad.
I want
Yeah.
you guys to get out.
All I want Italian beef and titties at my funeral and my wedding.
I want.
She's an
I want Italian titties.
Italian titties
Hey.
at my wedding.
All right.
She said, I'm Italian.
I think that's a good educational episode.
Sexy sonacqui.
That's where we'll close out. If you guys like the episode, make sure to share it with your friends, and find me on Instagram and Facebook _the Shark Boy, and make sure to share it with your friends.
Oh, yeah. My name's Ivan. You can find me on Instagram at iPrado95.
This is good. I like.
Try to
this.
figure out what this music is.
This is
Seinfeld
fucking
trap.
Seinfeld trap.
dude. This is my
No
shit.
wonder I wanted to kill myself.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at really_cool. The O's are zeros. Also, for those of you who are like closer friends in our inner circle,
She doesn't have friends.
I will be sending invites to like our Facebook page. I'm gonna get on that shit. If by the time this podcast comes out, I haven't made it, I want everyone to collectively beat the shit out of me.
Ooh, I can't wait.
We're about to
waiting for
we're
that
about
day.
to beat some ass. We're about to beat. I'm gonna beat some cheeks.
Damn,
All right, Alex. Thanks for coming back. Where can the
German
people
pull
find
up.
It's
you?
nice to have you back.
They can find me on Twitter at arsonistalex. I put out some pretty beady,
offensive
meaty,
stuff.
yeah, some offensive stuff on there.
I feel like being offended. That's your.
Yeah,
that's
come
your
to me.
goal.
All right.
DM me.
And then next week we got a giant episode coming. We have
Massive, an absolute
all
unit.
of the. We have 2 full bands coming. We got Long Time, which is Ivan's
I heard they suck.
Ivan's band that he was in after Days Gone By. Actually, so we'll have 3 full bands. So we'll have Days Gone By, which is me, Eric, and Ivan's ass. And then we got
Just my ass.
Long Time, which is going to be
Ivan's
Ivan, Alan, Eric, and Steven, who hasn't been on the show before. And then we're going to get fucking Destruction Baby.
Wow.
I distorted that. Destruction Baby's coming. Mario and I think Adam is going to come. Nice. So it'll be a giant episode. That'll be out the day before Thanksgiving. So
if you don't want to fucking hang out with your family, give our episode a listen.
Yeah.
We are your family now.
We'll be your family now.
I'll do both.
You can literally live in my house.
Let's close.
He has a whole empty ass basement.
Next week we're gonna close the episode with a Destruction Baby song, and just to get you guys warmed up for a long time, I'm gonna close this episode out not with the Seinfeld trap music, but Ivan, what song are we closing this episode out with?
Now.
Long time.
Sing right now.
Sing. Rainy Days.
All right, we're closing out this. This is Rainy Days by Long Time, and you guys can find them
by
on
LinkedIn.
You guys can find them on bandcamp.com/
LinkedIn.
Long Time.
But also, it's spelled LNGTME.
All right, I'm gonna put that in the description. And thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you guys next week on the Spit Bucket.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.